Funny shit, man. Welcome everybody to Panfish Nation along with Mark. I'm Lyle. Mark, it is crazy weather again, but the fish are biting. You kind of got on some today.
Yeah, a little bit, but the water's still like 44.5 degrees this morning, Lyle.
I don't know how the water is. We went to a dock this afternoon to try to catch some bait, and we hadn't been out in a while, and the sun was shining. It was pretty and nice, and then the lightning came. We're on a metal dock.
Not good.
Time to leave.
Were there any holes in that dock roof?
No, Dockery had never been this one.
Okay.
And if he did, he had stood on a big step ladder ever reach the top that short as he is. But there was some people out there on one of them, and we took the other one. There's two of them there. One of them's a covered dock, and one of them's not. And really nice place, but the water has come up about 4 feet from where it was from normal pool, and it was below pool recently, and I don't think the fish has come up from the deep, bluegills, crappie stuff that was up there. I caught a really nice white bass today. Hit like a freight train and fought hard all the way. I started to keep it and bring it home. If I'd have caught one more to go with it, but I hardly ever cleaned one fish. I want to make it worth my while if I get my hands dirty.
I just had two. I caught two white bass today. The wind was like 30, 35 mile an hour gusts. So it was bad. It was hard to stay on them. And once they were down there, you couldn't keep the bait still enough for it. I had one hit on a blade bait, and the others were just caught on some plastics. One of them was on I went through everything on one of Howard Shamalur's baits, a mop jig. I got one to bite on that, and I got one to bite on the good old reliable monkey milk Bobby Garland. But they were stacked up. I couldn't believe that I only got two out of that pile. That pile was 4 feet tall and 20 feet long.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I got the pictures of the sonar. It's pretty crazy. Cool. I managed to bring two home, and I just had them right before the show while I was watching the bait shop. I was cooking and eating while I was watching it, and they're pretty good. They're mild.
They are mild. They're good eating. And they fight hard. I like catching.
Yeah, they did. They thump really, really hard. I was pretty surprised. I'm like, what did I just get caught on? And it turned out to be a fish. And when they were hooked pretty good. So I had like 4 really good hits. I got 2 of them in the boat. The other 2 didn't commit, or I didn't set the hook probably soon enough. But other than that, it was a little 4-hour trip. I went out to Rock Cut State Park, which is right outside of Rockford in a town called Loves Park. It's a nice little 9-9 lake, not real big, but there's some decent sized fish in there. There's a lot of decent sized crappie, which is what I went there looking for. And I did a couple of drifts across the whole lake and didn't mark anything, didn't see anything. Well, I probably marked 1s and 2s on the bottom because I think they're still scattered. They haven't grouped up together for that, pre-spawn bite. And I don't know. I just needed to get out. I needed to test some new equipment I put on the boat and go from there. So mission accomplished. I got a meal out of it. I got a good day of fishing, and I caught I ate a new species of fish. The ones I catch up here at the chain are nowhere this size. I mean, they were big. One was 14 plus. The other one was 12, just over 12 inches. So they were pretty good. The ones I catch here were like 6 to 8 inches.
Yeah. I hate to tell you this, but it's still 71 degrees here, and we just had a big storm roll through. And it's going to be in the 80s tomorrow and the next day. So
I'm going to tell you what it is right now here. Right now it is 60 degrees here. Well, it's actually seasonably right on the money. Finally, it only took an extra month to get here. So
yeah, it's been crazy. If this weather really has been. What do you say we talk about some of the people that is in chat?
I think that's a wonderful idea. Why don't I call everybody out? Let's see who we got here. I see Larry over at 3+1. He's here. I see 922 Crappie BQ in the house. There's Angler DeVille. How you doing? Have you been watching him fish in Memphis? Right in the middle of town?
I have, and them places that you see across the way there, I used to go by them in a boat all the time.
Oh, cool. So you know that spot pretty good, huh?
I know where he's at.
Cool. I see Annette Morgan in the house. How you doing, Annette? There's Miss Chrissy Brown. I hear you're feeling under the weather, dear. I hope you feel better. Cindy Stokes in the house. How you doing, Mom? I see Dennis Graham crappie fishing. What's up, Dennis? Downtown Ernie Brown. We're going to see him and Chrissy here in a couple of weeks. I'm looking forward to it. Downey's Tackles here. What's going on, Josh? There's my buddy Eric Massey. How you doing, bud? Fields to Water, Chad, good show, buddy. That was really cool for you guys to give Lyle's reel away to Freddie.
That was a cool deal.
Richard over at Fishing Freedom. How you doing, Richard? Fishing with Squirrel in the house. What's up, buddy? How you doing, JBT? I'm sorry, I'm thinking about someone else. Freddie's Outdoor Adventures. Congratulations on the new reel, Freddie. Let's not throw that one into the water this time, bud. Glenn Tillman, how you doing, Glenn? Gray Wolf Outdoors. I think that's a new one. I could be wrong. There's John Patrick Jr. I see Kim Burnett. What's up, Kim? How you doing? Lance McCouguy in the house. Look, lady. Mike Irvin, Mr. Gadget. There's Jesse over at Outdoor Addiction. I was out by his house. He lives out in that direction where I was fishing today. There's Kevin at Palmetto Cats. What's up, buddy? Patriot Catfishers of America. James, what's up? There's Pontoon Jody. How you doing, dear? Rams Bait and Tackle, San Antonio, Texas. My wife was born in San Antonio, Lyle. She really was. And then they moved. She was an Air Force brat. She was there for about 2 months of her life, and they left. Got transferred. Real and Virtual Outdoors. What's up, Troy? How you doing, buddy? Real Gals Fish the Mississippi. That's Miss Stephanie. There's Scott Swift. There's my buddy Ryan setting hooks and crossing eyes. There's the Braid Man himself, Susquehanna Stan. There's Josh. I retrieved my phone, and Chad didn't. The Weekend Angler. There's Tim Molina. There's Daryl from Trophy Seekers Outdoors. I think we had a couple more pop in here. There's Avid Fisherman. What's up, Avid? There's Lynn over at Catfish Fever and Outdoors. CVA in the house. Crappie Day Fish on. Dan Thompson. How you doing, Dan? I might have got him already. Eric Massey. If I missed anybody, please forgive me. Fly Guru Chronicles. Check him out on Instagram. He's always posting some good pictures. I think I might have got it. Oh, there's Richard, Mad Cat or Catfishing. We'll be seeing him in a couple of weeks too, Lyle. I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
I think I might have got everybody. I want to
say downtown Ernie Brown.
I did. I want to say hello to people that are probably listening and not in chat, or they'll listen to later. I want to say hello to my sister Betty. I want to say hello to Dee. I want to say hello to James. I want to say hello to Katie, and I want to say hello to Alyssa. Not necessarily in that order.
Yep.
Except for Betty. Betty gets the first shout out because if I don't shout her out first, she gets mad at me.
Did you get David Smith?
I might not have. Hey, David, what's up, buddy?
There's Avid, too.
Tim Donna's in the house now. What's up, Tim?
Awesome. Glad to see all the people.
Joy Stewart. How you doing, Joy? Lance McCouguy. What's up, Lance? Fishing with Squirrel. I think I got him. Fishing with Squirrel. He's going to be fishing in my Crappie Size Matters tournament this weekend. It's not really a tournament. It's pretty much we're just going to hang out. I'm going to give prizes away and chat, and we're gonna keep track, and whoever gets the most gets the bragging rights.
Ernie says, took meds. Think I smell Cindy's Cinnabons. I'd be surprised if you do. She don't.
Hello, Michelle. It's all mine. How you doing, dear? Your name just popped up. It wasn't in my list. Urban DePay Tourist.
What's going on? New subscriber to our channel. Thank you, Urban. We're so glad to have you as part of it. That's a guy that I've known online through Patriot James's channel for a long time.
Look there. There's SK. What's up, SK? How you doing?
SK. Crappie Catching Adventures. You guys haven't checked SK out, you need to tune into him at 9 o'clock Central on Wednesday nights. Him and Kim Burnett and Steve have a great show every once in a while. They have another guy on there. Gosh, I can't think of his name right now.
Steve from Limits Tackle?
No, the other one.
Little Bluegill?
Bluegill. Yeah.
LBG.
He works a lot, and I think that affects his ability to be on with those guys very much. But Kim's in there every Wednesday night, so Steve. So it's a great show to watch if you want to learn about catching crappie. They talk a lot about down in
when I saw Super Dave in here earlier too, shout out to you, Super Dave, if you're listening, bud. He was one of the first ones in here. It's always good to see Super Dave. He is mod extraordinaire over on SK's
Absolutely.
show. You know what, little bluegill? What sticks in my mind every time I see him on screen or I hear his name
What's
is
that?
the time that he had something causing a ruckus in his backyard. He ran off screen, and you heard two pops.
I remember that.
He came back on screen. Turns out he had to dispatch something that was in his yard. That always sticks in my head every time I hear his name.
That's funny though, man.
We've seen a lot on YouTube, haven't we, Lyle?
We have.
A couple of things we're not going to talk about.
Yeah.
A couple of things we've been a part of that we're not going to talk about.
That's for sure. Yeah, you're right. SK Dave is a super mod, and Slick, that is a mod, does a great job for you also. So a lot of people think that everybody should get a blue wrench, and it's a job, a thankless job. And for somebody that does it correctly, they make sure that nobody's doing things they're not supposed to be doing. And it doesn't hurt to have a bunch of them, but he only needs the two. I mean, they handle it all. So it's worked out good for them. And there's Dennis with Northeast Missouri Angler.
What's going on, Dennis? How you doing, bud?
I see he's been out catching fish up on Mark Twain Lake. So that's awesome. I need to get up there and fish with Dennis one of these days. That'd be a lot of fun.
Make sure you live stream that right here on this channel.
Yeah, that'd be a good time. If we ever get a chance to get up there and go.
I'll tell you what, we can turn your mic off, and then me and Dockery can MC it.
No.
Come on.
That only works the other way.
It's only fair, Lyle.
There's Betty. She says her and Mom are listening.
Hello, Mom and Betty. How you doing?
Oh wow, Dennis! I seen the picture of that. His wife caught a new personal best of 27.71 blue today.
Congratulations to her. That's awesome.
I think it's their anniversary. I believe that's what I read on there, on that post. So that's really cool. There's Patriot James, a Patriot Catfishers of America.
There's a weekend angler. Josh says, hey, Mark, just got back from Ren Lake. Water temp is 64 and the crappie are stacked. He's going to be fishing on Saturday. So he might give everybody a run for their money if he doesn't drop his phone. But he did recover it today. He
did, and it worked. After being for a week almost under the water, and he turned it on to come right on.
It wasn't real deep. I think from what he was telling me, I talked to him yesterday on the phone, and I think he was saying it was 3 feet or a meter, maybe just over a meter.
Still.
And they're rated up to a couple of meters to be waterproof. So
I'm never that fortunate.
He knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, I'm never that lucky. There is Laura the Explorer. Good to see you in here, Laura. We haven't seen you in here for a week or two.
Hello, Miss Lorianne. How you doing?
She catching my tournament fish for the weekend.
Waist, and Josh is a tall dude, so
yeah,
right around a meter, I'm guessing.
Yeah, he's almost as tall as James Dockery. Most phones are waterproof now. Did not know that. I thought they just water resistant, which means that nothing.
We're not going to read that one out, but I had to highlight. Hey, Frank over at Twisted Fishing TV. What's going on?
Good to see Frank. Fat Boy Eric. SK Lyle, you and Mark been fishing. We was both out today, SK, for a little bit. I was looking for bait. Didn't have so much success with the bait, but did catch a really, really nice white bass. And Mark got on a couple of them also.
Yeah, I got a 14-incher and a 12-incher, pretty big. I just actually right before the show, I cooked them up to taste them, and they're pretty good. It's pretty mild. I was surprised after seeing how much of that red was still in there, even after I cleaned them up pretty good. I was surprised how mild it was. I didn't put any crazy seasoning on this time, but I will next time. If I get them, I'll use that Paul Purdue Redfish Magic that Luke told us about. I'm definitely going to add some of that next time.
And how do you like that stuff?
So far, so good. It's pretty good. I'm going to use it on a lot of stuff. I actually did use a little tonight. I put some on my fries. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty good on some French fries. But I wanted to taste the fish for what it was. The fish was flaky. It wasn't mushy. I just caught it today. Betty tells me that you need to cook it the same day when I talked to her when she brought a bunch home.
Fish smack.
922. Oh, we said hello to 922. But I'll say hello again.
Absolutely. Aaron pulled his phone out of the lake after 2 weeks and it turned on. Yep, still worked. That's amazing. I've never been that lucky.
So I'm going bluegill fishing tomorrow, Lyle.
Me too.
Actually, I'm going to go get some bluegill for bait. I got a spot. I'll probably go live for my members again. So if you're one of my members on the Catfish and Crappie channel, I'll probably live stream it if it's not too windy. I'll be searching bait for most of the day. So please don't mind the live thumbnails, but it is a members only show. So
has anybody been a member longer than me?
Absolutely not. You're my number one member, Lyle. Actually, Betty's the first member.
I was getting ready to say I know somebody.
You're trying to get me in trouble here. Big trouble. I can see emojis stacking up right now from her.
There's Jerry from Parker Pursuits. Welcome, buddy.
So yeah, I need to get a bunch of bluegill caught, and I might do a little creek fishing. I got a couple of creeks that I checked out to look for some suckers. I'd get chubs, but I don't know how they're going to hold up in the freezer. So we'll see.
Just put them in your bait tank.
That's what I'll do. But if I go catfishing before, I'll use those. Those are perfect. I meant suckers are perfect for this time of the year.
I like suckers.
It's going to be 80 degrees here. It's going to be 80 degrees here on Saturday. After my tournament, I might go out and do a little bank fishing, but that'll be just for some channel cats. I'm not ready to chase them flathead yet. That water I was on was still a little cold. I don't know how the river is compared to that, but I imagine it's pretty much the same. The river just heats up and cools off a lot quicker.
922 Crappie BQ. SK fell asleep last night. Watch it later.
He wouldn't be the first one that happened to.
No, he would not.
See, that's exactly what I thought. Frank says that chubs suck to freeze. They get mushy no matter what. Yeah. Justin says chubs is his favorite bait. Hey, there's Roger over at
They work really well. I tell you, the first time that I ever got a guy turned me on to those years and years ago. He had them on ice where he caught them the night before in a creek, and he fished a tournament with me up on Truman Lake, and he brought them up there. His name's Rusty. And we met, fished that tournament, and we had caught some fish, but no winning fish. And he said, well, I'm going to break out the secret weapon. And he carried his lunchbox with him, one of the little igloo ones with a sandwich in it. Well, yeah, me too. And he opened that thing up, and in a sandwich baggie, he had a dozen or so chubs about that long.
Yep.
And we went back, and then we ended up getting second in the tournament on them.
Chubs work good when they're fresh. I like them live for flathead this time of year, but they also work good if they're fresh and you chunk them up. Suckers works great when I cut them into 1 inch thick like steaks. They fit perfectly on a 5-aught hook for channel cats. If I'm not using them for flathead, I'll always use them live for flathead, and then I hook them right through the snoot and fish them that way. They're pretty good. I'd probably be better off if I did a quick set rig on them, just because they're kind of long, and a channel cat will come up and pull them right off a hook because they're not like a flathead.
There's Brenda with catfishing with the cause. We did you mention Justin's fishing fetishes?
I did.
How come Gabby's not in here? I haven't seen Gabby. She must be growing up.
I think she's growing up. I had a little short talk with Justin earlier this week, and he says that she's getting to be at that age.
So Dad's not cool enough now. I lived that
life. It'll come back to him. I
had a daughter that was that age once. Now she's 40 something.
I agree.
They come back around.
Steak, not these kind of steaks. You ever catch one of those horny head chubs, Lyle?
I have not. I've seen pictures of them, but I've never caught one.
I don't think they're endangered anymore, but they were on the endangered list. So I don't mess with them when I catch them. But they're the coolest things in the world. They got a bunch of bumps on their head, kind of like somebody we know.
Somebody we know.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to name anybody.
Oh,
Bumpy head. But anyways. Yeah, and Justin, you've been him and his family had a tragedy, so keep him in your prayers, everybody. I don't know if I should have said that or not, but I'm not going to get any details. Just keep him in your thoughts.
absolutely. Gabby's getting to the age that I'm not cool anymore. I went through that with 2 boys and a girl. So, Callie Bear, welcome. And there's Matt with Wanna Be Outdoors.
What's up, buddy?
Says he catch horny head chubs with a rooster tail.
Nice.
Cool.
Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I got a St. Croix trout rod that I use. It's super ultra light, super fast, super noodly. But if I put like a Panther Martin on there, man, bluegill are fun with that. Or actually, I take it over to my red-breasted sunfish spot. They get pretty big over there, so they're even funner to catch over there.
I like to catch red breast. I really do. And remember, if they're of any size, they don't make it for bait. I'm just saying, they're pretty good eating. Creeks are loaded with chubs around here. Parker, move over. Our big dad's coming on down. I've been struggling with bait this year for some reason. We're not getting we're not finding the bluegill and stuff, but I think they're still deep.
There's a good tip right there from Len. He says I catch chubs in a plastic minnow trap.
Great idea. Great idea.
One of them and see if I can. Well, actually, the size of the I think it's an inch or an inch and a half can be the maximum size of the opening here. So I don't think the bullhead I'm looking for would fit into there. I would never cut them open.
Oh man, I like this comment. Make my snow go.
I saw a picture on one of the Lund forums. A guy had just brought a brand new Lund and brought it home, and then they got hit with that storm. It had 2 feet of snow in that boat, and he didn't even have a cover on it. Poor guy.
Crazy. Hey, Lyle and Mark, what are your favorite bait and rigs for panfish? My favorite is either jigs, just with a loop not tied onto them, jigging with a piece of worm or a crappie nibble on it, or floating worms underneath a bobber. I love doing both of those.
I'm getting pretty fond of these.
But my real favorite way is drop shotting.
These little tungsten flies, these are tiny. I don't know if it'll focus.
No, there you're getting closer. Oh, there you go. Get them the other way. Now you go.
These little tungsten flies, they're tiny, tiny, tiny. It doesn't say what size hook on them, but these are pretty good, and they're tungsten, so they actually sink pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I like those, and I also like. I haven't tried the ones that Lyle gave me yet, but there's a company out there that makes these jigs. They're called chicken jigs, and they're little tiny ones too. These are fun. If I'm not using like Berkeley minnows or something like this is always fun to use behind a water bobber. They're pretty cool.
I like to drop shot them with a double jig rig, one above the other one, and a drop shot weight on the bottom. And
if I'm looking for bait, though, good old red worms don't hurt.
Yeah, red worms, they work perfect. I like just this much of a night crawler. But and one of the reasons for that is we don't always have red worms. Right now, they got a lot of them in the stores around here. But come summertime, when you want them, usually they're always out whenever I go to get them. So.
I don't like using worms. They work great. Don't get me wrong. I just hate getting that gunk all over me and my clothes and under my fingernails. I'm not a fan.
Yeah. It's a good thing the camera's out. You might see some worm guts on me. But
if I can put a even those gulp 1-inch minnows, they work great. They really do. 2 jars of that at about $5.50 a jar lasts me all summer long.
Yeah,
you'll get bigger fish with artificials too. It's a little harder to fish. It's a little harder to coax them to bite, but once you get on that bite, you learn whether they want it standing still or moving slowly or how deep you want it. You can produce some pretty decent sized fish. So
yep. Justin says my favorite is a number 6 Aberdeen hook. I tie some sabiki style tipped with minnows under a slip float.
Well, they must be either little minnows or monster panfish.
Yep. I know Kimbernet does his stuff with a fly rod for bluegill and things. And I have today, I have 2 fly reels. I lined them both up today. So I will be dragging out one of my fly rods and be doing some of that here really quick. But Don R says fly rod for me, even with worms, slip folk tip.
Nice.
Yep. So anybody else has any comments about that?
Dead Sea Pirates, he says, I also use a drop shot, Lyle, and burn them burn them up in local creeks in East Tennessee. I use worms mainly because when it rains, I can go out in the yard and catch them by the dozen. It's true. Hey, here's here that not too many people know. Most people will go out and get a bunch of worms, right, in their yard. After it rains, they pick them up, they throw them in a container. First thing they do is go throw it in their fridge. Don't put it in your fridge.
And they're always dead when you go back to get them.
Yeah, they'll die like that. They came from the ground. Keep them at, out of the sun, direct light. Keep them in a cool spot. Just you don't need to put them in a refrigerator.
Gee, I wonder where that come from.
I don't even have one of them fly rods.
Hey, Matt, I secret. There's one out in the garage. It's a litter mate to it. I like this so well. I got another one. 4 weight for bluegills. I got a 4 and a 5. Okay.
Frank says, I guess worm poop and shad guts aren't the same level of gross when eating sandwiches. You got a point.
Well, I'm hungry, it don't matter. Oh, 4 weight for bluegills. Mine's a 4 and 5. Lyle has been known to get them in the parking lot. Huge worms. Boy, I did too, didn't I? I pulled in over there where Josh and I fished at Baldwin, and they was all over that friggin' parking lot. I couldn't resist, man. I got a coffee cup and filled it up with them things. I thought, hell, if nothing else, we got bait.
Here's a great tip from Parker. I've done this before too. Chum the chubs. You can do that with bluegills too.
Yeah. Then throw a throw net on them.
Speaking of chum in the waters, you want to hear a funny story, Lyle?
I do.
I was going to look for some big carp. I know we got some carp fanatics probably, right? But I think they make great bait.
They do.
What it is.
They're bloody.
I was watching Catfish and Carp's video where he chummed an area for a week straight, and he came back and he killed him, right? So I'm like, all right, I'll try this. I go down to Farm and Fleet, pick up a big old bag of feed corn. I get out the pressure cooker, cook up a whole batch. I got like a whole bucket of corn ready to go for the week. Okay. Stop by every day, chumming. Start on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. This is like a 2-block walk to get to this spot where I know there's a lot of carp at, right? So I make this walk. Last I go out there, I chum them out there, and all of these muskrats come out and start eating all the corn. Oh. They've been waiting on me all freaking week. All I've been doing was feed the muskrats. I ended up not catching any carp in that spot.
Here's a really cool one. Hey, if that's the case, Josh, that'd just be awesome. Awesome, man. And Michelle says, that's why I wrap my sandwiches in wax paper for dock delivery.
Nice. I could use some dock delivery.
That's got to be pretty handy. I mean, if Tom gets hungry, he just tells Michelle, hey, I'm hungry, and she hot foots it down there with him a sandwich.
DoorDash, we got Dock Dashed over by Tom's house. Michelle, do you have an app?
Yeah. It wouldn't take you that long to drive to Southwest Missouri, would it?
Hey, look, there's Stan. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Stan. You haven't lived until you fly rotted some big crappie on streamers or some big bluegill on some hair bugs. I agree. And I tied up here a while back, I tied up a bunch of floating bugs that will just, they're foam bodies, and they sit up on top of the water with little feet sticking out or legs sticking out all over the place. They ought to be killer here real quick. Springtime of year, they should work really good. I mentioned it was 80 degrees today, Mark.
Yeah, you did. mentioned it was 60. You can keep that 80. I'll take 60 over 80.
I got to tell you, it was pretty hot when with the 80. When the was still, but when the lightning started, it cooled off pretty quick after the rain started. We had tornado run through here, or warnings run through here a while ago. So I never thought about it. I wipe mine on my pants and eat it. I know the feeling, man.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Now, it's not so much the eating part, Frank. It's when I get into my truck, and my truck is clean on the inside, except for that door handle when I get in, the grab handle on your truck.
Yeah.
That's when it tells you where you've been. So I end up having to eat an awful lot.
I'm trying to think of the name of that stuff that'll take that right off her.
Purple Power, I'm going to try using on mine before Mendota. I got to clean that thing up, get it ready for the trip.
Yeah, me too.
Speaking of that, did I tell you I was on Luke and Chewy's podcast this week?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, so check out the Carver podcast, Carver Fishing Podcast.
Fun guys.
Good guys. We had a lot of fun talking to them. They said they were going to have us both on again pretty soon, so I'm looking forward to that.
That's good. They got a bright future up there, I think.
I think so too. They're having a big old catfish days up there. Luke's really helping to promote the catfishing world up in Minnesota up there.
He does a great job for them guys. And by the way, he won't be in chat tonight. He's on his way out to Idaho, isn't it? He's going to catch some big white sturgeon.
Big white sturgeons again.
Yeah. Super clean. That's the name of it.
Yep. Super clean. Purple
stuff, man.
Same stuff.
That is some good stuff. It really is. I have not found anything yet that it didn't work on and do an exceptional job. Some things you got to give it a little elbow grease with. Others, you just spray it on and hose it off. It's really good stuff. And that scum that you get on the bottom of your boat from being in dirty water,
I got plenty of that today.
You just put that on there and take a rag and wash it around a little bit, and the power washer will take it right on.
You know what I use? I'll clean my boat in my garage without having to pull it out, and I'll use those scrubbing bubbles.
Yep, I've used that before too. Works really well.
Yeah, 2-pack over at Costco, the big tall bottles, and I'll get like 6 washes out of that, and then I'll hit it with wax. But I'm not even kidding you. I need to take a buffer wheel to mine. I've hit too many docks and too many brush piles, not really caring, which is why I have an aluminum boat. So,
Mark, do you have that link?
I could get it.
I figured you might have it right offhand because you was the guest over there, but
yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go over to my Facebook page, which I had the link on there. It should be right at the top, and I can post that up right now.
Hey, we got a new subscriber, Stephen Sheets. Of course, I said a while ago that Erwin, the paid tourist, was a new subscriber. So thank you guys for that. We appreciate it. If you like what we're doing, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. It goes a long way with the YouTube algorithms of getting our page name closer to the top of the page when people do searches for panfish stuff. So we'd appreciate it greatly. Subscribers, we're about 170 away from the coveted 1,000 in that neighborhood. I haven't checked today, so I'm not real sure. But we'd appreciate all the help we can get. The sooner we get there, the better. And then we can go live on YouTube. And there's a lot of other perks that goes with that. Lyle, are you going to make any more rubber-legged jigs? As a matter of fact, Matt,
you might have.
I might have a few. I got to get pictures out. I've been slacking on the pictures, but I've got lots. Let's just leave it at that.
And they're for sale. You can get it at Panfish Nation Flies and Jigs, right? Or Jigs and Flies.
You can, yeah. 840, Lyle. What does that mean? Oh, 840. That must be the number of subscribers. So 160 away. I'm sorry, Ernie.
Jay Fox under in the house. What's going on, buddy?
I'm still, Ernie. You got to understand that I'm in Mendota mode. And speaking of that, I know we get off on this once in a while. There's Jay Fox Hunter. I know we get off on this once in a while, but I am really excited this year because we're going to try to get some yellow perch.
I was going to say, I was going to try and distract you by just saying the P word.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. And thank you, Chris Davis. Thank you so much. You guys keep telling me how good to eat these things are. And I pretty much eat about any kind of fish there's been cooked. Some of them I like a lot better than others, and some of them I just like pretty well. Crappie being at the very top of that list for me. I like walleyes. I don't like them near as well as I do crappie, but I like them. I like catfish too, and I like them better than walleyes. But you and a few others have told me that the yellow perch are better than crappie.
I hope you like them. I hope you're not building them up in your head and you're going to bite into it and say, this is no shrimp, and be upset about it.
Hey, there's only shrimp is the only. That's a very top.
You're thinking it's going to be as good as like shrimp or something. What's going on?
I love shrimp.
Who else did I just see come in here? I think I saw.
Listen to this.
P&B Catfishing. What's going on?
Absolutely. Stan says yellow perch, yellow perch, yellow perch. They are my absolute favorite, hands down. This comes from a guy that's like me and likes to eat, I believe. I can just see Stan and me going at a competition to see who could eat the most fish.
Yeah, Lance says perch is delicious too.
Yeah. I can't wait to try them. Can't wait. Frank says, I want to go to Madison and meet up with you all there, but finances got tight. I still have 5 kids at home. That'll do it. It makes it tough.
Why did you ever go fishing? 5 kids.
Yeah, no kidding. I think with the way the economy is, you'd have to work all the time.
Can you imagine? All right, Lyle, let me tell you a story about taking 3 nieces fishing in my life, which I did quite a bit. Ask me how much fishing I got when I took them fishing. How much fishing I got to do when I took them fishing. Absolutely none. Because I played Mr. Guide, and I was always putting worms on their hooks. I was always taking bluegills off their lines until I found the fake worms from Berkeley. Those worked pretty good. That was the best thing I ever found. So if you're taking kids fishing, little kids, try those Berkeley worms that come in a jar. They're pretty decent.
If it's shrimp, buddy, I tell you, I can make Stan hurt. I love shrimp. That's why I go to the all-you-can-eat Friday night shrimp up the road from me, because it's all you can eat. Justin says you don't think yellow perch are better than walleye or crappie, but they are yummy.
Susquehanna Stan says nothing better than a 20-inch yellow perch. Is that a state record or something you're catching, Stan?
Holy moly, that's a big one.
14s are considered monsters out this way on the big lake.
I'm down for the shrimp or fish eating contest any day. It's a win. I agree.
Yeah.
We'll have to try that, Stan, next time we get together. It'll make for interesting video regardless of how the outcome would be.
Look at what Ernie says here. We're going to a fish fry on Friday, all of us together. I don't think that's a place to have an eating competition. They won't invite us back.
That's probably right. Probably right. I can remember when I was growing up, we had a restaurant on the square in Bowling Green where I grew up. And on either Friday or Saturday nights, it's been so long, I don't remember which night it was, they'd have all you could eat fish for like $4 or $5. This was the 1970s. And I remember Cindy's brother Freddie going in there and then stopped serving him.
That was us at the Shrimp Fest over at Red Lobster, me and my buddy Mike. They say, you go home now. You eat enough.
We went to a skipjack thing. This was years ago. We used to go catch
skipjack. What?
What?
Did you say all you can eat skipjack? That doesn't.
No. We would go on a skipjack trip.
I'm teasing.
Ron Workman, who's no longer with us, a good friend of mine, him and me got to talking about that. Well, Big Dave Ashby, that owns Bottom Dweller Tackle, showed up down there. And we found an all-you-could-eat shrimp buffet. And J.D. Richardson is, like 6'3" or 6'4", weighed about 400 pounds at the time. He's lost a lot of weight now. And we sat down and commenced eating shrimp. And we was getting shrimp in bowls like this, that deep, rounded up. And everybody banged out of that except for there was 4 of us left, and I had to stop. I couldn't eat another shrimp. And Workman finally bowed out, and after everybody was done except Ashby, he went back and got another bowl. He says, "You guys didn't come to play." But we did. I thought they was going to make us leave. We ate so many shrimp that night. But, yeah, that was a long time ago. Pretty sure I embarrassed Cindy that night. But it was awesome. I believe that was at the very first Ironman tournament. It was over in Indiana.
What year was that?
Oh, I don't know, probably 10, 12 years ago. Something like that.
Frank says it takes planning. He goes out fishing when they're at school. 4 of them do their own thing. My daughter still needs help.
There you go.
Tim Lena says there are 10 grandkids in my family, and my grandparents would take us out fishing and camping for a week or 2 at a time.
Oh, wow. Talk about somebody with patience of Job right there. But I don't know how old Tim is, but I think older generation grandparents had more patience, didn't they?
No, they didn't care. They just let you do whatever you wanted to. It's a lot
maybe
easier.
That's what it is.
I mean, my grandfather either took me fishing when he was watching me or down to the corner tavern and gave me a bunch of credits on the pachinko machine. Said, "You're a kid, keep busy." That was pretty much it.
You're right about that, Ernie. John Boy's Catfishing says, "Mr. Lyle, do you make the black housefly wet jig?" I have not, but I was looking at the one that Kim Burnett makes, and it is amazing. And I know he catches a ton of bluegill off of it. So I have some hooks here, and I'm going to try to tie a couple of them up here in a few weeks. And
SK wouldn't show that jig on his show the other week because he said it was a secret weapon, and you're here talking about it.
Oh, I'm sorry, SK, but I'm going to try to tie me something. Because Kim talks about catching just giant. I've seen the pictures. He catches gigantic bluegill on them things. So yeah, I'll be working on that. But as soon as I get it to where I feel comfortable with it, I'll post some pictures and you can judge for yourself. Because if it don't look right to me, you'll never see a picture of it. I promise. Don't post no ugly jigs. Does Nutria Fur work for jig time? Of course it would.
I think Nutria Fur is buoyant, isn't it?
Yeah, it'd make for a top water.
I don't know.
I think it is. It's hollow, I believe.
We could be wrong, or I could be wrong.
I think that's right. Would live stream on YouTube, but YouTube won't allow me to on my cell phone yet. Unless you have 1,000 subscribers. They changed that though, didn't they?
Well, if you use, I think they did change it to 100 or 500, but you can always use
StreamYard.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Ryan's tormenting me. You can do any flathead fishing this weekend, Mark. Or can't. I don't know. We'll see. I got to chase some bait and stuff, and yeah, I got so much stuff to do. I'd like to do that.
Okay, John boy. Your water temperature's getting close for you.
Ryan don't care. He'll find him. That guy's a slayer right there. He'll go after him. Him and his buddy Robert, man, they don't mess around. I do want to fish with them on that one. Well, we're not going to talk about where they go, so we won't say that over there. But I want to call you, Ryan, and ask you a couple questions since I've been out there fishing recently. I looked at a couple spots that look promising.
It's glad to see Rams Bait and Tackle from San Antonio, Texas in here. I picked up 1,000 pounds of shrimp March 2020. Then the pandemic hit. Wife and kids didn't want to see a shrimp for a while. You should have called me, pandemic or not.
Who said who did that?
Rams Bait and Tackle.
Oh,
Yeah, 1,000 pounds of shrimp. Mark, you see these crawdad boils? They have shrimp boils like that. 1,000 pounds of that, we could put on a hell of a meet and greet. You spread it out on two big old tables and full on newspapers with corn on the cob and shrimp and everything that you put in that. And
and then you and me just sit at each end of that table and not invite anybody, right?
well, you're gonna have be hard pressed to keep Ernie out of there. I'm telling you, he likes shrimp too. And Josh likes shrimp. Josh and Christina like shrimp. So
I like shrimp.
so does Chad. And Dockery. Dockery's got to like shrimp. He don't like nothing else. Surely like shrimp. I got to tell you, I probably shouldn't say anything. I'm so disappointed. We worked so hard to get James Dockery to 500, and he removed all of his content the other day. He got a case of the red ass and took it all down. He didn't want no subscribers. But if you go over there, the channel's still up. You can still subscribe to him. And Mark and I would appreciate that, whether James Dockery does or not. And we'll get him back in there.
Don't hold your breath.
One of the greatest panfish fishermen that I know of.
Kim Burnett?
James Dockery. Kim Burnett, too. Kim catches the hell out of crappie, and he catches some huge bluegill. Huge. Kim, challenge accepted. That sounds like a deal.
What did I miss with Kim? You got to highlight.
He said, if I do the show again, I'll tie some up for everyone. We have a guest next week, the 28th, but we're open for the 5th if you're interested in doing another show with us, Kim. Did you know that Danny Stone is in our chat?
What's up, Danny? How you doing, bud?
Danny Stone. I had him on Catfish Weekly Monday night. You talk about a lot of fun. We had a great show. He was awesome.
I thought I was never going to get to start mine with Danny on there. You and Danny get to talking, and Chad thought it was never going to end.
John Boy's Catfishing. CrappieStopperJigs.com, I believe, is Kim Burnett's channel. A place to order them. I believe it's Crappie Stopper Jigs, I know, but I think it's .com. Blue Line Adventure. Good evening to you, sir.
What's up, Jim? I'll look up Kim's link to his website.
Buck Williams.
You can find Crappie Stopper Jigs on Facebook, and you can find it on Instagram. I even see them on TikTok, too.
And they are gorgeous little bluegill getters. Annette Morgan. I don't know how many of these that we're redoing, but it doesn't really matter. I know you said Roger from Muskrat. There's Scott Swift. We just want to make sure we get as many as we can, because sometimes chat goes so fast you miss some of them, and we want to try to get. Okay, Kim's in. You heard it here first, folks.
Right on. I'll be here. Oh, actually, it's the week after we get back from Mendota, right, Lyle?
It'll be week before we go, the 5th of May.
5th of May.
It's Cinco de Mayo.
Ooh, I might have to have a margarita on there.
Really?
A virgin one, non-alcoholic margarita.
Yeah, that's what I'll have. All right. Gray's Family Fishing.
What's going on, Grace? How you doing? Buck Williams in the house. I think I said hello to Buck. Parker Pursuits.
We'll be seeing Jerry and his wife here in a couple weeks, so that ought to be interesting. We'll get to find out. Hey, Brumpy, the new subscriber, thank you so much. We'll get to find out who the lady is that tolerates Jerry Parker. She must be a special woman.
Marcia must be a saint.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. If I use a fly rod as a jig pole, do I still get to say I fly fished? I'll let you know because I'm taking
a lot of money to spend for a jig pole.
I'm taking one to Mendota after them giant channel casts. I'll let you know how that worked out. Wow, Mark, Ernie, Chrissy, Danny. Hi, Brad.
What's going on, Brad? Yeah, I want to get on some pike with a fly rod. You know, I gotta quit saying that. No, Mark. No more.
Did you see the pictures of Matt's fly rod?
Yes.
Wait till you see the one that got in the garage.
Don't leave it laying around anywhere. I will not be responsible for my actions.
Did I ever show you the one that I got back in the 1980s?
Yeah, that one you did.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love it, and I usually don't take it too much. I probably won't take it to Mendota for fear something would happen to it because I got it in 1983 or 84, I believe, and that was a long time ago, and it's in really good shape. And Charlie Redding made it for me, and I don't want anything to happen to it, but it's not very often it gets out of my sight. My son took it over. He was visiting with Charlie, went by his fly shop over at Bennett Springs and walked in and asked him if he remembered building that. And he said, "Where'd you get this?" And he told him it was his dad's. And he thought it was kind of cool to get to see it after all these years, but it's still a work of art. Charlie Redding. You look in line and you see me and millions of people that build custom rods and different things, and you don't see much about the greatest fly rod builder of all time. His name's Charlie Redding. He's by far the greatest I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of them from a lot of people. And if you order one from him, 2 to 3 years. That's how far behind he is all the time. So just a super nice guy, very knowledgeable. If you buy a rod from him, they'll take you down, teach you how to use it before you leave.
That can't be cheap.
No, they're not.
Okay.
They're not. They're very expensive. I think
concierge service.
$700 or $800 for one years ago. So yeah.
They're probably a lot more now. You can't touch it.
They're not any cheaper, I promise you. They are not any cheaper.
I see Amy Evans in the house. What's going on, Amy? How you doing, dear? Thanks for coming in.
I got a question for her, but I'm not going to ask it online.
Probably a good idea. Down East tackle, Josh, pike on a fly rod. Mark can do.
I'm praying, Mike, in 7 hours I'll hook up to a 20-pound trophy Central Florida catfish.
I'd like to see shit. I didn't know they had them that big down there. I know they got flatheads.
Big flatheads. Yeah. Yeah, Glenn Flowers used to post pictures of giant flatheads that he'd catch down there, and but I don't. They got big channel casts, I think. It's about something that might have happened yesterday, Amy. I just kind of curious to know if it's true or not. Lee's in bed. Go ahead.
I think she knows what you're gonna ask, Lyle. Lyle wants to know, is it true? Is it really true what he heard? You don't need to get into details unless you want to.
Lee won't cook potatoes anymore for a while, Miss Amy. Amy, you're killing me.
I have never seen a man wear a sweat jacket or a sweatshirt or whatever he was wearing around his waist. You usually hear the suburban ladies that don't want guys looking at their butt when they're out walking around.
There is something wrong about guys looking at a guy's butt. That's that's a Chad thing, isn't it?
Sure.
Oh, Amy.
I think you just made our night, Amy.
For those of you that get up early in the mornings, Lee Evans goes live every morning just about. And he has Jason on there a lot of times, and he'll visit with him and Lee Reed and Cody from 3+1 and a host of other people that's in there. A lot of times I listen and don't say much, but sometimes depends on the conversation if I want to be involved with it. But I laugh so hard at them guys. They're funny, entertaining. They talk a lot about fish, but they talk a lot about other stuff. And Lee babysits his little granddaughter, and his kids are in there, running in and out and all the time. It's a lot of fun. Monday through Friday, I believe. He don't do it on the weekends unless he's fishing, I think is right. But yeah, they do have a lot of fun in there, and check him out some morning if you're not working, looking for some entertainment.
All right, no more candy reference. You guys are ruining them for me. I had to speak out.
Mike Irvin. There you go, D. Thank you. Oh, and D done that.
Hello, D. Again.
Joy. Oh. I got to, I told you here a while back that I have these sticky notes on my computer. I keep this one. You told me about this sometime back, and I've been wanting to spring it on Chadwick, and I keep forgetting to, but I did not know that Asian carp were called Kentucky cod.
And they're not called that yet. There was an effort to try and rename Asian carp to get them marketable in order to sell them in restaurants. People that have eaten them before said they're not bad at all. I'd be willing to try them. But one of the names that came up was Kentucky carp, and I thought that was the best of them all. I even forgot what the other ones were, but Kentucky carp really stuck in my head.
Nutrient pattern at Kentucky speed.
Not Kentucky carp. I'm sorry, Kentucky cod. That's
cod, yeah. I've kept that on the bottom since we had that conversation. You told me about that. I keep thinking I'll catch Chad off guard. I'll lay that on him one night, and I keep forgetting to do it. But hey, Mr. Duggar, welcome.
What's up, Doug, man?
But yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. To do to him. I've got notes about.
Stop it, Amy. That's my favorite candy bar. Don't ruin that for me. My goodness.
All the suggestions that you give me of things that I should do and I don't have time to do, that I need to take time to do, like shorts of videos, building rods and tying jigs and stuff. All the notes are on the bottom of my computer screen. So yeah, need to make sure we do that sometime. But
there's Freddie again, and there's Kentucky tuna.
Oh, I had to. Oh man!
Wow.
I have to say she is the witty part of that family.
I would
most definitely.
Jesus.
Congratulations again, Freddie, on the reel. That's a beautiful reel.
Don't get close to Lyle with it. You might find it might show up. It might not. It might show up missing.
Chad could have saved himself some money if he'd told me what he was doing. I so high on it. The Real Family Adventures. Hey guys, did I win a giveaway last week towards the end of the show? Not that I remember.
I don't think so, but you
I,
can always
I already sent out the. I already sent out the ones
give
for.
Lyle an extra view. Go watch it again.
Yeah, I done sent out the prizes that we give away. I think.
Mr. Gadget in the house. He's taking part in the candy bar conversation too.
Did it look like a payday candy bar? Lee's gonna kill us when he wakes up in the morning and hears about all this.
Get over it.
Yeah, well, we have to start with Amy. Oh man, yeah, I felt the same way when James Dockery showed up with one at my door. I mean, it's very humbling, and it brings tears to your eyes. If it
Not
doesn't,
only did that money go to help vets, the reel went to a vet.
that's exactly right, and rightfully so. As much as that would, as good as that would have looked in my collection, it went to a great cause and a great person. So yeah, very cool tonight.
I'd have spooled it up and fished for bass with it. Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud? I don't want to with legs with that reel of yours, Lyle.
No, 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 no. That'll never see line as long as I'm alive.
Here's Kelly. He's talking about some creek fish he got into. Yeah, those trout magnets work pretty good for almost anything.
They do. They really do. I have some odd and end jigs. Mark, do you have the giveaway tool pulled up?
I can get it up in a hurry.
That'd be awesome. We'll give away some jigs, and then we'll let these people get to their rat killing. I think Matt was talking about these kind of jigs that I got in this hot little package right here. There's a white and blue one and a blue and black and white one.
I got a special hashtag here, Lyle. Are you ready?
I do. I am.
All right, let me share this out here. There we go. Enter that in. Yeah, I was waiting for somebody to catch that. After I said it, I was like,
You're right, Mr. Duggar. God bless our vets and troops. That is a fact.
Entering candy bar jigs. If you want to be entered into the Lyle Stokes jigs. Hey, Lyle, can I remind everybody that this Saturday morning we did change the time start or the starting time of the Size Matters Crappie Tournament. Tournament on my channel to 7 a.m. Mississippi time, 8 a.m. Potomac River time. That's what I'm calling it. Everybody's so mean and nasty. I'm trying not to be so mean like Chad. So if you're on the East Coast, come on over at 8 a.m. If you're right near the Mississippi River in Central Time Zone, we'll be starting at 7 a.m.
Better known as God's time.
Okay. I'm going to get my coffee maker set up, so I will be here. It's a 4-hour tournament, so we'll be done at 11 a.m. So we'll have plenty of time to do stuff afterwards. We're going to have prizes for the people in chat. Got to be a subscriber. You got to be there to win.
Mr. Duggar, thank you for subscribing to Panfish Nation. We appreciate it so very much. Hey, even Cindy got in on the giveaway. She can get them whenever she wants. There's Betty.
No.
What does it not mean?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Matt says we are. So are we all getting together and buying Lee new underwear? Maybe we should pitch in and get him a bucket for his boat,
or a toilet seat, and he get his own bucket.
There, that'll work.
We might have to talk to Amy about that. Amy, thank you for playing along tonight. It made for some
There's North
interesting.
Fork Outdoors. What's up, North Fork?
There is Jeremy Arbritton.
Trying to get caught up here. I missed a comment here somewhere.
Jeremy was live a while ago.
There's Nina. Nina's getting in. You see how that Freddie Beck crew works? They get the whole family in, up the rods.
That's right.
Depends. What's going on,
Candy or skid mark. Oh, Mr. Gadget, you're me. Oh man, that's funny. 36 in there, Mark. Just give them a little bit more. We'll go ahead and spin that one, then we'll do the other. We got one pack has got 3 in it, one pack's got 2 in them. We'll get them mailed right out to you guys.
Well, we got 76 people watching. If you could remember to, or we'd appreciate it if you hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber and you're watching offline or on your TV, if you could log in your phone or on your computer or your tablet and give us and subscribe to the channel, we would really appreciate it. Trying to get to that 1K, try to get over the hump there and see if we can't get pushed a little harder by the algorithm, because we really want this channel and this show to grow.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. Amy says, we haven't named the boat yet. I think I know what we're going to call it now. Skidder Evans. Oh man. Yeah, he's gonna kill us all. Mr. Duggar down there doing his Ric Flair imitation.
I think that's a Richard Gene one. I mean, woo.
Oh man. Even Joy Stewart's laughing at Amy. Let's go ahead and spin that first one and
right on.
the second one.
Multiple ones. Look at that. Here we go. Let's see who wins this box. It depends. I mean, jigs. Bag of jigs. Betty Jean, look at that.
Jean. Sweet.
Congratulations, Betty.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we'll go ahead. If anybody wants in for the second pack, go ahead and get signed up, because we're not going to be long. We're just going to spin it away again. We're already about 15 minutes over our hour that we try to hold the show to. Amy has kept it from letting that happen tonight.
Yeah, it's all Amy's fault.
Well, no, not really,
but you contact Lyle Stokes at Panfish Nation on Facebook, and he'll get your jigs right out to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's Roger getting in.
Oh, Roger's in for the next one. Awesome.
Amy showed up and stole the show. That is correct. Waking up at 4 a.m., but love the show too much to go to bed. Thank you so much. We appreciate that.
We're going to spin this one here, and I think we're going to, if we don't have
the postage and bring them to Mendota. Done deal, buddy. I'll write your name on.
I need you to bring me something. We talked about it before. I want to remind you. I could have used them today, I'm thinking. All right, you ready to draw again, Lyle?
I am.
Here we go, letting her rip. Dan Thompson. Congratulations, Dan.
Absolutely. Dan, send me your shipping address and I will get these others right out to you. You win the red and white ones. So
Very cool.
hope you enjoy them. Catch a lot of fish on them. We'll be having some good time. The bluegill bully was what I was caught fish on today. It was made on a 1/16 ounce jig head, and it had four little flippers to go out the bottom, sit there and jig along. And that white bass thought it was just the chits, so to speak. Couldn't help myself. Couldn't help myself. I want to thank everybody for watching Panfish Nation tonight. We've had a blast on here. Mark, it was a great show as always. Be sure to tune in Monday night for Catfish Weekly, and the Catfish and Crappie podcast follows us. And then there's a show every night. There's so many of them that we can't really go through them all. I don't remember them. And who's on what night. I know Stan's on tomorrow night, Roger's on Tuesday night, Patriot James on Wednesday night, Avid's on Sunday night. I don't know who's on Saturday night, but somebody is. Kelly Bullock is on Thursday afternoons. You know.
Hey, Duggar, no, I'm a fidgeter. I'm messing with something I got on my desk. There's nothing to do with that.
I embarrassed him.
You did that wore off a long time ago, Lyle.
Okay. I probably did on Chad's show one night when he was having a giveaway.
Yeah, I think we both did that, didn't we?
Yeah, balls deep tackle. Can't wait to see you up in Mendota in a couple of weeks, buddy. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a great time.
Yeah, and we're going to be doing a bunch of live streaming during the week, so keep an eye on all of our channels. We're going to have shows run one right after the other. We'll all be hanging out together. It's going to be a good time. Come spend some time with us live on our channels, all of them, whether it's Panfish Nation, Catfish Weekly, Fishing with the Chad.
Ernie and Chrissy probably on being up there. They'll be going live probably, I'm sure.
That Catfish and Crappie guy.
Betty and Brandon may go live. You don't know. It's just going to be a whole bunch of people that's going to be up there. Luke will be up there.
Shh. We're not supposed to tell anybody.
Why?
I don't know. Because he's been keeping it a secret from his audience. So.
Oh, well. Luke's going to be up there.
Yeah. It's a bad place. All right, everybody.
See you next week.
Bye-bye. Have a great one.